Hello everyone. Our today's topic is quality of service in 3G. See, quality of service in 3G or in any network has different aspects and it has different perspectives on which it can be assessed, or there are different parameters which are responsible to assess the quality of service in 3G or in any network. So, first of all, it has to be measured between two end terminals. That is, it should be measured between terminal equipment to terminal equipment, which means that we have to measure the quality from end to end. That is the very general point about this. And also, the quality of service is mainly characterized in terms of the satisfaction a user gets from particular network or from particular service. So it is user dependent whether he is satisfied or not. Okay. And to realize the certain network quality of service parameters, a bearer service should clearly define the characteristics and functionality of service from source to destination. So each and every bearer service from source to destination should clearly define the characteristics and functionality of that particular service. To realize certain network quality of service, a bearer service should clearly define the characteristics and functionality of that service from source to destination. So, among other parameters, the control signaling, user plane transport, and quality of service management functionality are also responsible for the quality of service in any network or in the 3G particular. So, quality of service in 3G or in any network is characterized by different parameters, and the parameters which are responsible for quality of service, they are as under. Number one, we have connection establishment delay. Number two, we have connection establishment failure probability. Third one is throughput. Fourth one is transit delay. Fifth one is residual error ratio. Sixth one is protection. At number seven, we have priority, and last but not least, resilience. Okay, these are different parameters which are responsible to assess the quality of service in any network and also in 3G as well. First one is your connection establishment delay. That is, it is the time difference between the instant at which a transport connection is requested and the instant at which it is confirmed. Okay, the shorter the delay, the better will be the services. Fine. And after that, you have at number two, that is connection establishment failure probability. It is the probability that connection is not established even after the maximum connection establishment delay. This can be due to network congestion, lack of table space, or some other problem. Fine. So it is the probability that connection is not established due to any reason, or due to the congestion or lack of table space or some other problem. At number three, you have throughput. Throughput basically measures the number of bytes of user data transferred per second, and it is measured over some time interval. So also it is measured separately for each direction, that is for uplink and downlink. So basically it is the number of bytes transferred per time unit or per second. Fine. After that, you have transit delay. Transit delay means that it is a time between a message being sent by the transport user on the source machine and it's being received by the transport user on the destination machine. That is the time taken by the message when it is being transmitted, okay, over the channel. And then at number 5, you have residual error ratio. It measures the number of lost or garbled messages as a function of the total messages sent. Okay, it measures the lost or garbled messages means distorted messages which we cannot understand at the receiver end over the total number of messages sent. Fine. Ideally, this ratio, that is the lost messages divided by the total number of messages sent, should be zero, and practically it should be as small as possible. Fine. After that you have protection. In transmission, this parameter is very important. You need to provide the protection to the data that you want to transmit. So this parameter provides a way to protect the transmitted data from being read or modified by some unauthorized party. The attacker should not modify, or it should not be able to read the data that you want to transmit. That is what we call protection. Then priority. The parameter provides a way for the users to show that some of its connections are more important. That means they have a higher priority as compared to the other connections, and this is important while handling the congestion control. Okay, when there is congestion, then this priority parameter comes into force, and it is important at that time because in during the time of congestion in the network, we have to prioritize the services which are of most importance, and because of higher priority, connections should get service before the low priority connections. Okay, now resilience, that is the last one. Due to the internal problem or congestion, the transport layer spontaneously terminates a connection, and the resilience parameter gives the probability of such kind of termination. Okay, resilience parameter gives the probability of termination of connection which are terminated spontaneously by the transport layer due to the some internal problem or congestion. So these are different parameters which are there, or which are responsible for the quality of service in any network or in 3G particular as well. Fine. Now, as we see that quality of service in 3G is basically the user satisfaction, how the user is satisfied by the different services provided by the 3G architecture. So here we have a quality of service architecture for 3G, quality of service architecture. Let me draw it first. Okay, this is the quality of service architecture for 3G standards. Here, as I said, that the quality has to be assessed from terminal to terminal, that is from end to end. So here it has to be assessed between these two terminals, and in between there are different services. And for particularly in 3G networks, we have the network that is called as UTRAN. Alternatively, we called as UTRAN, and it has an architecture for that. And in that architecture, we have edge node, and also we have correspondent node gateway, which connects your bearer services to the external networks. So here you have a mobile terminal or your mobile equipment, and from this particular point to this particular point, this is end-to-end service, and in between, if there are any number of services, they should provide better quality in order to provide the overall quality of service in 3G systems. As we see that 3G systems, they are alternatively called as UMTS, Universal Mobile Telecommunication Services, and these are there which are representing the network architecture for 3G standard, that is UTRAN, and on the left side you have the terminal equipment or mobile terminal that is having local bearer services. So these local bearer services, they are between the base transceiver to the mobile station. This is done through the radio waves, and through that particular communication, that is through the radio wave, we have to reach the quality of service parameters effectively. And also here, this portion, it is representing external bearer services, that is the connection to the backbone, or you can say that to the internet as well. And this particular part, that is radio access base station, which means that the base stations are basically there, which are being connected to each other through some radio signal, or they may be connected to the through some leased line. And in those base stations, they have correspondent node. This may be representing your MSC as well, which is corresponding with the other networks as well. And under these radio access base station, you can have base stations which are connected through radio, and you can have other base stations which may be connected through some leased line. And then you have physical layer, and you have some multiple access techniques like FDD, TDD services, they are there. And every service in this particular architecture, it is representing your 3G architecture, and every service should provide its 100% just to achieve the overall quality of service in the 3G network. So this is a kind of architecture that has to be followed, and every component of this architecture should provide the quality. Fine. And next we have to see UMTS quality of service classes. There are certain classes according to which we also improve, or we also get quality of service in the 3G networks, and these classes are conversational class, other one is your streaming class, third one is your interactive class, and the fourth one, that is your last but not least, that is your background class. These are four different classes which are also representing the quality of service class for UMTS or for 3G networks. And we have to see what happens in these different classes. Now first we have to see the traffic pattern. Here the traffic pattern is in real time. This class also has real time traffic pattern. I will not say that real time is necessary, but it should give its best effort for real time traffic class. And again here I would write best effort. These are different classes which are representing the quality of service requirements. In conversational class, we need real time traffic, and in also in the streaming class, we again require real time traffic. In interactive class, there we try to get the real time traffic, but we give our best, and it is not must, or it is not necessary that you should have the real time traffic pattern. So best effort will be a suitable word for this particular class. And background class, again here best effort is the suitable word for this. And here basically real time means it preserves time relation between information entities of the stream. So it preserves time relation between information entities of the stream. There remains a particular time relation between the different information entities which are being transmitted through a stream of bit. So that is a fixed, that is a preserved time relation between the information entities. And same thing will happen here, because here also we require real time traffic pattern. And that is the main importance in this particular streaming class, is that it also preserves time relation between information entities. And here in the best effort, we do not require to preserve time relation between the information entities of the stream, but here we preserve the payload content. We preserve payload content. And here again we do not require to preserve time relationship between the information entities. Here we again require to preserve payload content. And after that, here I will say the example is voice, the voice communication. In this case, example is your streaming of video, and in this case web browsing. In web browsing, we try to access some website, and we see that if that information, if it takes certain time, like if it takes a few seconds to reach to our browser, then it's fine. We can be also satisfied if it's not giving us the results in real time manner. And similarly here, your telemetry and emails. Telemetry and emails are the examples of this particular class. We do not want the emails in the real time, but we want to preserve the data. The data that is sent through the emails or telemetry, that has to be preserved, that has to be sent, that has to be received at the receiver end without error. These are different classes which are also responsible in providing the quality of service in 3G systems. If we fulfill these particular criteria as per these classes, then we can say that we are having good quality of service in that particular network. Okay, so for a base station, we have different attributes like traffic classes should be assigned there. What kind of traffic pattern will be there, like real time or best effort delivery of packets will be done through that particular base station. Then maximum bit rate has to be defined in kb per second or in mb per second. Then guaranteed bit rate also should be defined for a particular base station. Transfer delay should be less than 1 millisecond, or it should be in terms of milliseconds only. And traffic handling priority should already be defined in the base station attributes. Maximum transmission unit size in terms of octets should also be defined. All these things, they are the attributes of a base station which is providing good quality of services. Okay, so this is all in this lecture. Thank you for watching.